So we got a little bit of food on the grill back here. That's going to be really good. I got a project that I'm going to be working on today. You guys have seen it before, and so am I, and I'm big time disappointed. But I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's go look. And once again, it's that same kind of day where I need some help, but I'm going to end up, I gotta push it myself. You'll see. Pushing it. That's your clue. See? The fact that I have to push it, that's your clue. Oh, hello, lawnmower. Get back. This old lawnmower. So, we had this, right? We've seen it before, right? So, let's tell you a little story here about this thing. Stay in the yard, buddy. Stay in the yard. So, get out of the way. So let's talk about the lawnmower. All right. So let's talk about the lawnmower. Here's the deal. The last video I did, I got it started, got it running actually a little bit better than it had in the past, right? Got it running a little bit better, but it's still pretty hard to start on that first crank. One of the viewers commented and suggested, why don't I adjust the valves? So I got on the internet and looked up my settings for valve adjustment, and the first thing I get is a video telling me how to adjust the valves and showing me, demonstrating the exact same hard start scenario. They were demonstrating the very same hard start scenario that I have had with this motor. So I got to take this hood off, pop this cap, the valve cover off, and we'll get in there and get that squared away. So this thing pops out right there somehow. Ow! 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 That hurt. Just smacked my head into a table. Alright, well, let's get in here, figure out how this thing pops out. It's supposed to pop out without too much hassle. I think it just lifts straight up. Let's find out. Are you okay, little buddy? Are you okay down there? Come on up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're back. All right, so look. You guys still running through all that? So, let's see here. It pops down in here, right? So what you do is you tilt it to about a 45-degree angle. See, it starts out this way. You tilt it up until you hit 45, lifting at the front edge at the same time that you're tilting it. When you hit 45, it slides straight up and out of there. That's about the time I dropped the phone on the ground. So anyways, hood's over there. I'm gonna wipe some of this crud off. Yeah, lots of stuff on here. And we'll get this wiped down. We'll pop that valve cover off. And see, last week I put a new ground strap on, and I put it right in front of where you change the oil, so that's really nice. That'll make what I got to do today a lot better. Leave it to me. Yeah, there's only one oil drain. Isn't that the way it goes? All right, so stand by and we'll get down into that thing. Okay, well, I got you set up here, and what I can't believe, I went looking for my tools. My tools are scattered, and I've got 4 really nice sets of set screw or hex key wrenches, and I have 4 different sets that are really nice, and I can't find a single one, so we'll do it with what we have. And I have at least one brand new set feeler gauges. Feeler gauges are kind of fun because feeler gauges are little shims, pieces of metal, and the ends have been precisely machined to within thousandths of an inch, and they're stamped and marked on there in thousandths of an inch, like 0.007 being 7 thousandths. All right, and so what you do is you find the one you're going to need for your setting. Once you get your adjustment in, you slide this into the gap that you're adjusting, and you just want to feel it drag. You don't want it loose where it's sloppy like this, and you don't want it tight where you can't pull it out. You just want to feel it touch. That's how feeler gauges work, and a lot of times you're just using your sense of feel to dial it in. So we're going to clean some of this crap off of here. I'm just disappointed that I have to, I can't find my tools. But that's nothing new. That's just the way it is sometimes. But start scraping and cleaning this crap. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. It's not that bad. It's just a lot of buildup. Over the years, it's built up a lot of crud. But the biggest reason I need to do this, though, is just to get the loose debris away from it, so that I don't get any of that loose debris in where I'm working when I'm trying to adjust these valves. I don't want to introduce any of this into the engine itself. And we haven't opened that up yet, but when we open that, that's when it's going to become a little more crucial. So I just want to clean up the area that we're going to be working in. So we don't have any of that debris hanging around us when we're doing important stuff. Yeah, so a viewer mentioned that I might need to set my valves, and so I clicked on a video to see how to do that. I mean, I know how to adjust valves, but I was looking for the precise settings. And the guy demonstrated a hard start situation. And so what I've done here today, for your pleasure, is I have not started this thing in a week. And I'm going to come in here and adjust these valves, and we're going to turn the key, and we're going to see if it turns over fast or if it's got that hard grunt like it has had. So we have not fired this engine up in a week. We're going to discover together yeah, get some of that. Even W. Hey! So, I was cleaning this off, and I discovered all the serial numbers, model numbers, so that'll be a big help if I ever need parts. You just use a little WD-40 and a rag, and that's come down really clean. So now I think those are 10 millimeters. We're going to find out what those are. We'll pop this cover off, and we'll get inside there and find out what we got. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it's too big, huh? All right. Hey.
So how's it going?
Well, got it back together. We're going to do a trial startup right here in a second.
This lawnmower's as old as you are. Close.
No, it isn't.
What is it? 10 years old?
That's about 10 years old.
Almost.
You're off by 6
I
years.
got a new outfit.
You got a new outfit?
Yeah, I went to JCPenney's. I was just wanting something a little bit nicer from Walmart. I wasn't looking for $80 shirts and $60 pants, but so I got $20 pants and how much was this shirt? Cargo pants, 20. Over here. Wait. How much 2 cargo pants?
Because you got
I got 1 pair.
you got the belted ones.
Right. Those are
And
cargo
I
pants.
got cargo pants.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, 3 to 5 pounds torque.
Oh, this is it.
And
$31. Wait, no,
I'll put that
$65.
spark plug in and we'll give it a try. All right, so we got the valves adjusted. The valve lash was adjusted. It was improper. It was out. So we got it dialed back in. 9 thousandths on the intake, 4 thousandths on the exhaust. This hasn't been run all week. We're going to give it its first go after adjusting the valves, and we're going to see if this makes a difference, because I'm tired of working on this thing, and I'm going to set fire to it if it doesn't get better. So here we go, live, success or failure on TV as we speak. Nothing. Oh, what the hell? Here we go. It didn't do it. See? We didn't fix it. That didn't fix it. No, don't cut it. Yeah. Now, get the fire. Well, that didn't work at all, fixing that lawnmower with the valves, or it didn't seem to work. We're adjusting the valve. It's been sitting out here all day because we got busy with my granddaughter's birthday and other things. So I've had it on the battery charger. It says it's at 100%. We haven't tried it since this morning. Now that the battery's fully charged, let's give this key a turn to see what happens. Ringing the thunder, huh? Nope. Has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Kind of at one of them places where seriously. Hook that back up, see what it gives us. Yeah, it tells me it's 100%. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. So that wasn't a raging success. We'll go back to the drawing board, think of something else. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Well, hi guys, I'm Papa Fix-It. Today on Papa Fix-It Garage, we're going to find out what did I learn today on watching YouTube videos about how to adjust valves on a Briggs Stratton engine. What I did learn is that most people doing YouTube videos on how to adjust valves on a Briggs Stratton engine don't know their ass from, never mind, bleep, take that back. Half the people don't know what they're talking about, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm not going to explain it, and there's no argument, there's no other way it can be. But if you look, here's the problem. Most people don't know which one of these is exhaust and which one's intake. And when you look at the thing, you have an intake passage here and you have an exhaust passage here. So which one's which? Well, this one is lined up with the exhaust pipe, but this side's lined up with the intake. Well, guess what? You can look right through here, right down here where I'm touching my finger. You can see the curve, and that's the air passage in the intake manifold, the top of the engine. The air comes in, and you can see right behind here with the light on, you can see it begins to curve down, and it's pointing at that valve right there. That is your intake valve. Okay? The other way you can determine that is by turning the engine over in the right direction and understanding which valve opens at what point of the compression of the 4-cycle engine. Okay, but getting confused, people doing all kinds of weird stupid shit trying to get it figured out. But you can look and see that that air passage runs down. If that air passage is running down, it is not running to that valve, it is running to that valve. That is the air passage. That is your intake valve. This is your exhaust valve. So, out today is that most people are adjusting them wrong. Half the people I'm watching are telling you how to adjust them, but they're identifying the wrong valves. So you're getting your settings wrong, which I may or may not have done earlier today. So I did a little bit more research. I've read through it. I've learned a few things. Thrown out a whole lot of stuff I heard, and I picked up some interesting things. I'm going to try to adjust these one more time. One other thing that I learned is that this engine has a built-in compression release for the intake valve. That's why it won't turn over if the valve is out of adjustment, because there's a compression release to release the compression for that first crank. If your valve is, if your rocker arm, valve lash, let's stay on this. There's another way you can tell, and I heard it mentioned. I didn't catch it earlier today because I didn't know it was different. This is your push rod. Your push rod on the intake is aluminum. Your push rod on your exhaust is steel. And you can see they are different. One is dark gray steel and one is light silver aluminum. So there you go. So what happens is the compression release is actuated in the intake valve. It pops it open for just a millisecond during the compression stroke. So if this is too loose, like you were setting it with exhaust valve settings, like 11, 10, 12 thousandths, it could run, but it won't start because the compression release won't happen. So following other people's orders or direction, I did a lot of stuff on there today that may be out of whack. So that's why it's still not starting. So keeping the compression release that's built into that in mind, I am going to attempt to reset these and follow the correct procedure and see. Let's just see if I can't get it set properly. It's not hard to do. It's not complicated to do, but it does have to be right? And it's not a sophisticated engine, but if you want that compression release to work, it has to be set right. So I'm going to give it another go. Come on. All right, so checking this out, and there's a possibility that the compression release is broken, damaged, or not functioning on this engine, but my intake rocker is way too loose for it to function if it was there. So I've got some adjusting to do. So I'm going to get in here and readjust these back to where they ought to be, and we're going to see if we can't at least get closer to where we ought to be. So pop these loose, and I'm going to roll this over until the exhaust valve is all the way open. There we go. And we're going to set this at 4 thousandths. I forgot my feeler gauge. Where did I put the feeler gauge, son?
I don't know.
I was putting stuff away today.
Oh, we had it up here. Well, that pops somewhere close to the top.
No,
Right over here.
they were supposed to go in here, but I don't see it. I didn't put it in here. Well, that's not good.
I saw you put them in there.
Well, I don't remember putting it away.
Yeah, because you were showing me your feeler gauge, this and that.
I know, but I didn't have it in my hand at that time because it is not in here. It goes right there. This is one, but that's not the one I had.
Oh, maybe that's what you showed me.
It is.
Well, what would you have done with it?
I don't know. Here it is. It fell out of my hands in the plier drawer. All right, so so the smartest guy that I watched said set this at 4 thousandths. That's what I'm gonna do. So checking this right now, it is way loose over 4 thousandths. That's 4 thousandths right there. If I go too tight, I can't move it. If I back it off just a hair, I got some pretty good drag. If I back it off just a tiny bit more, I can just feel it dragging. So it's just dragging, and if you notice, I can just move the rocker arm with it. That's how little it's dragging.
You don't want it a little tighter.
So now I'm just going to set this lightly. All right. I'm going to turn the engine around 1 revolution just to move everything. Let's go back to where we were, and I'll check it again now that it's moved through a 1 rotation and it's dead on 4 thousandths. So now that I know it's dead on 4 thousandths, I'll hold it with the 5/8 wrench, then tighten it up with, it's a T20. That's a Torx for all you people in America. All right, now I should be able to actually feel movement in this on a compression stroke as it releases compression, but I did not. Well, now we're on the intake stroke, so let's see what happens. We're at the bottom of the intake stroke. Yeah, I can't feel that happening. So it's probably worn off, and that's probably why it's hard starting. So let's turn it over till the intake valve is at the bottom of its travel, right there. And let's set this exhaust valve. Now, some people were setting the exhaust valve to 4. Some of them were setting it different places. Most of the information is to set it between 5 and 7, 5 and 9, but some people are setting it to 4. I'm going to set it at 7 because consensus through the YouTube idiots is that 7's close enough to the middle of the road that it might get you home. So we're just going to give that a go. And if it has anything to do with the compression release, it won't make any difference anyways. That's 7. So now we're going to hold this. I think I turned it. I'm going to hold that very still and just take this down until it's snug. Check it again. Oh, that is dead nuts on 7. All right, now let's roll that engine over once. Push that through the exhaust stroke. All right, right there. Let's check it again. We're still there, right on the money. Let's tighten this down. And what you want to do here is hold the adjustment perfectly still with your hand with the 5/8 wrench. Don't let it move anywhere while you tighten the set screw with the T20. The set screw locks it in. You don't need to snap it off, but you need to get it tight. Now, I'm going to have to look up a whole bunch more videos if I have to look up how to fix the compression release, because I think that's going to get a lot more involved. But let's give this a try. Battery's still fully charged. Turn the choke on. Oh, I got to put the spark plug back in. That'll help. Some
That sounded good.
Some good turn.
You did.
Oh man. Yeah, we better get some spark plugs in it, and then we'll try it.
So if you're a betting man, why don't you bet? I mean, working.
It ain't. I think it's worn off.
Yeah.
My thoughts are the camshaft. It's probably worn, and it either got damaged a couple years ago when this did get loose and fall off, or it getting worn caused this to get loose and fall off. I have a feeling. So that's, if I'm betting that compression release has got some kind of wear or damage, and it's not going to start. We're going to give it a shot and find out right now. Well, that worked pretty good. Let's try it again.
Oh.
Let's try it again with the choke on. It may make a difference. Nope.
Well, you know, when you start that intake is sure is torquing. That arm is twisting sideways. You're about to sit on oil.
What do you mean it's twisting sideways?
This thing is really like binding. Here, let me do it and you look over there. You see?
Go ahead and try it again.
See it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. Not really. I was hopeful, but not too surprised. It's just the movement that you were seeing is just because of the adjustment on the valve lash. It's a great idea, but a stronger starter would negate the need.
Time to get that $300 starter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not kidding. If you had a stronger starter, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I'd push right through it.
Yeah, so turning it uphill didn't solve that problem.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, spitting oil. I thought it might dump less.
So we're gonna have to take it apart.
Well,
That could be fun. Be a great video.
make a great video series.
Let's see what we find. The name of the video.
Yeah, that's still right on 4.
It's really not any better, is it? It's exactly the same.
Yeah, it had
so
a.
it's gotta be that
Well, it
thing
had a
inside.
fresh push with the battery, and it was cold, and I had the choke on. But
And the
once
valves
I
were
hit it 2 or 3 times, the battery lost its juice, and the battery's only a couple months old. It's really just a couple months
I
old.
wonder if the rockers being at totally open and totally closed might have helped it start too.
Well, yeah, the position in the
Yeah.
but
Gave it enough juice to push past that.
yeah, I don't know.
So should we take it apart or burn it?
Yeah. I'm for 4th of July fireworks.
Yes, I'm thinking just burn this fucker. Send her off in style.
And for those of you wondering what I might be doing here, I'm just goofing around. I have a theory that I don't think it's going to make any difference in the world. I have a theory that when I finger tightened it the day it fell off, that me tightening it with that finger tension is what caused it to wear out the compression release lobe. So that's a tight 4, and I don't think it's going to make any difference in the world. Like if there's a little bit of lobe left, maybe I can grab it, is what I was thinking. Like if maybe that lobe is just almost non-existent, but there's any of it there, can I catch it?
Once it gets going, it pushes right past it.
Yeah, I think the camshaft's probably worn out.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know.
That's what it sounds like.
But see, that's about 3 thousandths. I just set it on a tight 4, and it is what it is.
Go tighter, see what happens. Just see.
Well, I haven't read the book or checked YouTube to see what happens if you set it to 0 lash.
Let's see. Can't get any worse.
Well, you don't want to flatten the cam completely. It wouldn't run at all.
Well, you'd have to run it for a while, wouldn't you? Do that?
Well, not as long as one might think. So as my son is pitching in, he's helpful. He says, why don't you just tighten it all the way down?
Well, I said more, not all the way, but let's see what happens.
Because 4 is the smallest feeler gauge I have.
I guess we could use something smaller.
I don't have anything smaller than 4.
I got you.
Oh my God. Nothing smaller than 4. Okay. That's pretty snug already. Yeah.
What are you at? Type 4, 3?
Well, look, I can force a 4 in there. But see, here's the deal. This is what one of the guys on YouTube said. He goes, I like to leave this in here while I'm tightening this down. Because then it prevents me from over tightening this.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Because that's a spring.
Oh, yeah.
It just pushes it tighter.
Yeah, it's
so
YouTube.
The valve's going to move when that pushes against it, whether it's pushing against the feeler gauge or not.
Right.
So you get it to where you have to keep your hand on it while you tighten this so that you can feel it get tight or loose. It's not going to keep it from getting tight.
Right.
It's just because if you did, it would just shove it down. That's what springs do.
So just pull it out and set a little bit and then tighten it.
Well, see, that's the deal. It's like, it's a tight 4. I can force it in. But it's a tight drag. See?
Yeah.
It'll hold itself up in the air if it.
Yeah, that's tight.
I mean, it's not falling out. So that's probably approaching 3.
Pull it out and make a little.
And seeing the difference between a nice 4 is right there. And look where this point is. And a tight 4 is almost straight up to there. So it's not much of a turn to get a tight 4. So I could force it by hand into a really tight 4.
Yeah.
And that's going to be
try that.
Maybe 2 thousandths and 3 thousandths, 2 thousandths. You know.
See what happens.
Let's I don't know. You know what? It's already hot now.
I'm gonna stay positive. Let's do it. Come on. whatever you call it in there.
Compression release.
Yeah, compression relief.
Now, I haven't looked it up. And
Well,
it's,
you're sitting.
so some of you are going to go, oh yeah, I know how to fix that. You got to tear the motor all apart. I don't know yet. I don't know what that compression release looks like, but from the description, it's part of the cam design. And so I'll have to go figure that out. We'll do some research, but in the meantime, I'm going to put this back together, and I'll have to just fight it every time I want to cut the grass, which incidentally, it's just almost time to cut the grass. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, share, hit that little bell, leave a comment, tell me what an idiot I am and where I did it wrong, and I'll come out here and make a video and tell them you're the one that told me to do it right. But talk to you guys later.